Hey guys, so if you have seen my Hekate video, then you know that this goddess has an important role in my life. And today we're going to talk about her and how to work with her and how to honor her, and I'll tell you about my first spell I've ever done. I pray to you, Goddess Hekate, and I thank you for the path that I'm on, and I thank you for your guidance to the path of Hellenism that I'm in. Helen blesses you, may I never forget where I am and how you helped lead me here. Blessings to you, great Goddess, and I thank you, and I honor you today and tonight. So for those who have not seen my video about Hekate, I give a lot of credit to her, for she's the one that led me to Hellenic polytheism and my spirituality. Before that, I was just Wiccan, eclectic pagan, and it was through her that I found where I'm at now. And there's another video on my channel that you can check out if you want to hear that story. But today I thought that we'd honor her, and I'd give you my experiences with her and tell you about my first spell that I ever did when I was first starting. And I'd show you guys how I do that as well. So Hekate is the goddess of witchcraft, magic, and necromancy, and the guardian of the crossroads. She's a guide. She'll helps people find where they need to be in life. In the story of the myths, she helped Demeter when Demeter was looking for her daughter Persephone. Hekate was in the story. You notice on her statue she has torches, and that helps guide, can be a guide for people, help be the light in the darkness. One of the main things that I've learned while having a relationship with Hekate is that you learn that sometimes things will happen. No matter what we do, sometimes things are inevitable, and whatever happens will happen. And there's no need to worry about what you can't change. To not put your energy into what you can't change, and to focus it on more on something positive. That's a big lesson I had to learn, that I learned from my time with Hekate. Something that a lot of people say about her that I agree with, that is not historical, but people have experience with, is that she's a goddess of synchronicity, meaning that that you'll see signs of her, like you could be thinking of her and you can get confirmations that she's around, or that if you're wondering if it's time, you've been feeling like you should do an offering to Hekate, and all of a sudden you'll see signs of her around, because it's UPG, unverified personal gnosis. As far as I know, nothing historical about that, but a lot of followers of Hekate and myself have experienced a lot of synchronicity. Like there's a video about how you know that whatever you're thinking about is from Hekate, or that she wants to spend time with you and all that stuff. There's a video. Anyway, it talks about how you know because in 3 days you will see signs of Hekate to know that she's with you. Like you will see dogs, because dogs are sacred to her. You'll hear dogs for no reason out of nowhere. You'll see keys, candles, and all that kind of stuff. And they will be almost back to back a lot of the time. I say that from experience, because there was a video that said that, I think the video was how you know Hekate, if she wants to work with you or be with you. Again, you don't have to agree with that philosophy, but it was interesting that he mentioned that you will see keys and what I mentioned, the baying of dogs. I guess you say you hear dogs, sees images of dogs, keys, almost back to back to back. And that was a sign that Hekate was with you and wanted to be with you. Again, you don't have to agree with the philosophy. But what was interesting is that at that time, I watched the video, he said it would happen within 3 days. And all of a sudden, in 3 days, you know, I started seeing these synchronicities. Yeah. So, again, I don't want to go down that path, but those could be a few signs, and it's an interesting concept. So the thing to know about Hekate is that she's the goddess of witchcraft, not just the goddess of Wicca. Now, a lot of Wiccans like to pray to her and work with her and to worship her, but she's the goddess of witchcraft. So in other words, it's what we call black and white magic, gray magic, just magic in general. So if you had a spell and you were practicing Wiccan or you were Hellenic, Hekate is a good goddess to pray to and ask for guidance, since she is over witchcraft and necromancy. If you're into or want to speak with those who have crossed, Hekate is a goddess to pray to help strengthen your skills in that. And crossroads and guides. If you don't know where you want to go in life, Hekate is a goddess for that as well. She also is a goddess that watches over children. So she's a good protectress for those with children, which is why she's actually in my daughter's room. This altar's in my daughter's room with Artemis, who's the goddess over girls. So that's where I keep Hekate's altar for that reason. So she's not just the goddess of witchcraft, but many things. But if you need help with spells, she's your guide. And again, it's witchcraft, not Wicca, so it can deal with some pretty dark magic as well. So the reason why it's so dark in this video is because she is connected to the nighttime and the new moon in particular. Some people go as far as to say is that she won't even accept an offering, at least unless it's nighttime. So again, I don't know how historical that is, but it's tradition for people to offer her offerings in the night or in the morning when it's dark outside. It's not her environment to be sunny for most people when you give offerings, but I'm sure people have, and it's been okay. But a lot of people that I always used to hear is that her time was the new moon for sure, the Numenia, and that's the traditional Greek offering time to give it, is the new moons, which you can look into, but also nighttime as well. Someone went as far as to say is that she won't even accept an offering unless it's at night. So that's the reason for it being dark. And with that said, I'll move into my first spell I ever did when I first started. And it's an easy one, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Alright, so this is a banishing spell. This was the first one I learned. It was like the first one in the book whenever I first started learning. So all you need is paper, a lighter, a pen or marker, and something to throw it in. So here's my cauldron. And yeah, so what we're going to do is write what we want to get rid of. And in particular, it was names and people that you didn't want in your life anymore. So you would write down their names, and then write down on one side their name, on the other side what they did that offended you, and you will write it down and then burn it, and then toss it into something that's going to be fireproof, and then you flush it down the toilet. So like I said, very simple. But the thing about magic is that you want to put your intention into it. So you got to really concentrate, think of the person as you write it down, and then what they did to you that offended you so much, and then toss it in before you catch yourself on fire. And it helps release that. And sometimes it helps you even forget that person. So that's like, there are people in my life that I've done this for that I can't remember their names. So it helps you heal because it helps you forget these people that have hurt you. And it also helps to cut them out of your life if they've been really negative, if that's possible. But if they're just an acquaintance that you can avoid, for sure this definitely works. So I'll show you guys in 1 second. So you just let it burn and let that energy go away. Just put the focus in it and just imagine them going away with their names. Just release that anger. And that hurt. And then you just, when it's finished burning, you take it to the toilet and you flush it down the toilet and say goodbye to those negative emotions. So I hope this video helped you guys out and to get closer to Hekate. And if you're interested in her, definitely try worshiping her and praying to her and working with her, because she's a very caring and helpful goddess. And definitely research her. Check out my other Hekate video if you want to see some books I'd recommend and more of my personal experience with her, because I go more in depth about the side of how I actually started. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.